Portuguese, I'd sing something, but I don't. So anyway, that's that. And here's this. And here we go for the 300th time. Hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer Guy here. One more for the road until the fall or so. Number 300. Wes Anderson's The Life Aquatic with Steve Zizzou or Zizzou. Zizzou? I never figured it out. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But do I ever pay attention to any of the movies I watch? That's why I have to do re-reviews. 2004, 118 minutes, color, English, and Portuguese if you consider the soundtrack. Oh man, we're at the end of the road at last. God, it took us so long to get here, and it's still taking us so long to get here, and I'll explain why in a second. Yeah, so this is just right off the bat the best Wes Anderson movie we've seen. Way better than Rushmore, extremely better than Rushmore. Definitely a lot better than Royal Tenenbaums. One I can rewatch again. Have my qualms about it, but we'll discuss that in a minute. And yeah, so let me tell you what's going to happen here. So originally, as you guys know, I meant to have my brother Josh and Caitlin, my sister-in-law, here. I was going to have them do a Google Hangouts with me, and I was going to record. I have a video recorder to record my monitor. And the first qualm that came up was the fact that I couldn't use my camera app as well as the use Google Hangouts at the same time, because both needed to use the camera, and I couldn't do that, I guess. So, but then I found out that I guess I could tab between a full screen and their screen through Google Hangouts. So I thought, okay, crisis averted. So we did the review the other night, and everything was working. You know, we talked for a while, and then I mean, we had to wrap up a little quick because I forgot to bring my charger in, and my computer was gonna shut down. It was running low on battery, and so I was like, we had basically wrapped up all we needed to say anyway. And so there's that, and so we did the review and all that, and everything was cool. When I went to edit it together, the audio and video went out of sync, like horribly. And the problem was the recorder that I used skips frames. I think there's a way to change it, but that was the review. I asked them, hey, can we do it again? And they can, but it's gonna be a while. It'd be a while before I could get both of them available to do it again. And so rather than wait and rather than have this, keep going on, I thought, why don't I do something a little different? Why don't we just, and originally I tried to sync it up until I realized that, I thought, okay, just like all my other videos, the other videos that I do, I'm able to get it in sync if I just move it. If I lock the in my the program I use, if I lock the picture and just move the sound and just watch my mouth movements and all that, I'm able to lock it in, and everything seems to be okay so long as you fix it at the beginning. And it only seems to work for certain. It only seems to happen for certain videos. Certain videos seem to just mess up. I don't know what it is. I don't have the time to figure it out, but maybe someday. But anyway, the point is, I put in the file and I tried to fix the audio, but the point is, like, the video would still go out of sync, even as much as I tried to keep it in sync. And I thought, okay, well, why don't I just edit it, but no, it still wouldn't work. So I thought, okay, well, why don't we do something a little different? The audio, while not perfect, it's kind of hard to hear Josh and Caitlin because their sound is coming from the speakers on my laptop and traveling upward to this microphone, which I think is right here. You're probably hearing me poke at it. And so, but you could still hear them. And I tried to, not talk over them, although I did a little bit. So I thought, well, why don't we just make it an audio review for once? And so that's what I'm doing. So anyway, for the next 20 minutes or so, 22 minutes, I think, you're just going to hear audio. I'll put up a picture or something, or I don't know. And maybe I'll include some video things. I don't know what I'm going to do right now, but when I edit this. But that's what we'll do. So rather than, and I thought, okay, why don't I just do it on my own, and then I'll just upload the review, the original review, as like a little curio. But no, we'll just make it a whole thing, because I enjoyed doing it, and I thought, we got points, there were points made that I don't feel like I can make again without them. And so, so here it is, the review, and again, I should have worked on this a little bit longer, but, hey, it's the end of the road, we're going out with something different, and, next time we do this, hopefully, I'll get a better program, or I'll figure out how to record so that the audio and video don't go out of sync, and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so that's what's going to come up. So anyway, here you go, guys. The final review for Live Aquatic, and we'll come back and one more point. We only discussed we're just discussing the plot, the three of us, because and the movie itself, because they only have the one disc one that I originally had gotten. So we'll come back after it and we'll discuss the supplements together, you and I, But for now, so let's go and cut over to a few days ago when I was with my brother and sister-in-law. Everything was cool, and we thought this was all going to work out okay. So anyway, let's go over now. Alrighty, we are live. We're live. We're going back and forth between cameras and live screen. There's my brother Josh and my sister-in-law Caitlin. They're here to talk about Wes Anderson, this movie, and all that good stuff. Anyway, so let's talk about the movie. So we do the plot. So is Bill Murray, because it's a Wes Anderson film, so Bill Murray, of course, and he plays Steve. And now, is it Zizzou or is Zizzou? It's Zizzou, yeah. And yeah, and so. And wait a minute, I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
He's a has-been oceanographer, filmmaker, yeah. Yeah. He used to be really famous. He used to be really big, and he put out a lot of product, basically. He used to have a TV show and movies, and people would pay thousands of dollars for them. Yeah. And he hasn't put anything out in a long time.
A lot of it's because he lost his partner. His partner,
the new one.
Yeah.
That was what happened. The new one that he released was because they were trying again, and his best friend / partner got eaten by what he called a leopard shark.
Yeah, it's something like a spotted shark.
Yeah.
Who, for those of us who are Criterion Collection fans, will recognize him as Seymour Cassell from all the great John Cassavetes films. Oh my gosh, I didn't recognize it until after I watched all the supplements. I'm like, oh my god, it's Seymour Cassell, because it's weird because he's wearing the bald cap, and I'm like, it's the Cassavetes guy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I just had to have a moment with my Criterion guys, my Criterion fans. Anyway, back to the plot. So yeah, so this is this thing, and a lot of people think it's fake. A lot of people, trying to fake the death,
believe him and died, and was like he was just capitalizing on the death.
It's all staged.
Exactly, yeah. And then there's who else is in the and there's his wife, forget his name, but played by Angelica Houston. Gosh, I forget her name. I'm tempted to go look up the cast, but yeah. Yeah, let's just say Angelica. Let's just use the real names of the people, just because it's easier. Just because.
His wife, who isn't really fully in love with him anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's kind of.
Well, she's sleeping with his nemesis Hennessy, who played by Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, Jeff Goldblum.
She was with him before, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of complicated.
Hi, I'm Jeff Goldblum.
But anyway, so his life kind of gets turned around when he meets he meets this guy played by Owen Wilson, Ned Kingsley, I think his name is, and he claims to be Steve's son. And so he takes him. He's a real big fan of Steve's work. At the same time, he's written to him when he was younger, and so he wants to join his film crew, and on his next adventure, which I guess his next film is going to be trying to hunt down is it the panther? Not the panther shark. The leopard, not the leopard shark. Is it the leopard shark? I couldn't remember. Gosh, I saw it earlier today, so it's been a couple hours since I saw it. But yeah, so anyway, so then we have him. We have Willem Dafoe, who plays Klaus, who's like Steve Zizzou's, he admires Steve Zizzou to such a point he's obsessed with this dude,
That's one of my favorite things about the movie is Willem Dafoe playing a Willem Dafoe character.
Yeah,
It's
a not villain for once,
Exactly.
Who else is in this movie? And now I hate to say this, and and this is just me not liking celebrities, but and there's also Kate Blanchett, who plays the reporter Jane, the pregnant reporter Jane Willett Robinson or something like that, or I don't remember. But yeah, she's pregnant with her married boss's child, and she falls for Ned, while Steve falls for her because what 2000s Bill Murray movie wouldn't it be without him falling for a young woman,
Well, I mean, I think the character in Steve Zizzou is supposed to be kind of not the best character. He's kind of supposed to be a little bit skeezy.
Yeah, he's a womanizer, hence why Ned's mom even thought he was with her, because technically at the time he was still married to Houston, so he's just not a good character.
Yeah, but Lost in Translation is a beautiful movie, and it has great reasons, and if
Scarlett Johansson, that's all I have to say. I can't stand her.
She's a great actress.
No, she isn't. No. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. This review's over. No, we're done. We're done here.
Let's continue.
No, but anyway. But yeah. So anyway, so they go out on the ship, and it's he doesn't trust, and he's trying to bond with Ned without being, but he has a really hard time bonding with him because he hates being a father. He hates fathers. And so it's he's always said he never really wanted to be one. So when Ned comes into his life, he doesn't really know how to treat him and all that. And so, but anyway, while they're on there, and that's the thing about this movie. There's a lot of great there's a lot of action in this movie compared to Rushmore and Royal Tenenbaums. Way more actually. I think the best scene was. My favorite scene was when the pirates take over the ship and Bill Murray, the Steve, cuts the ropes and grabs the gun and starts shooting up everybody. And I was like, holy God! I did not see that coming.
One of the least Wes Anderson films ever.
Yes.
He's not... There's less symmetry. The colors aren't as vibrant. They're all actually kind of really faded, honestly.
Yeah.
Intentionally, and it's really interesting. And
I'd say there's a lot of symmetry, though. I mean, with just the way the camera's always, straight.
Well, it's less than a lot of his other movies.
Yeah, any other movie, you see it.
If we're talking about favorite scenes, really quick, my favorite scene in that movie is the little scene where he's talking about the radio.
Oh yeah, yes, he does the radio stations. Yeah, no, there's a scene for those of us who haven't seen it, who are watching this. Yeah, there's a scene where they have this diving equipment, and he mentions that the helmet that they have not only has like walkie-talkie equipment, but also has a radio so they can play music. And Steve turns on the music, and it's like, and it's done. The music soundtrack's, by the way, done by Mark Smothersberg of Devo, and so it's a lot of very 80s-ish sounding Casio drum machine synthesizer kind of stuff. And so he puts it on, and he starts kind of like grooving a little bit while he's standing there with Jane, and yeah, so that was really funny, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of funny scenes like that. When he's talking to Ned one night on the ship, and he's like, if you listen closely, you can hear the sounds of the blue whale, and it's like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that was actually an oil tanker, but there it is. I was like, all right. Now, that's one of those jokes that you can get away with in almost any movie. That's not a very Wes Anderson specific kind of humor, you know. But yeah, so I mean, there was that. I mean, but there are touches of Wes Anderson all over this movie, just as you know, such as the actors he uses, the fact that we have Pele who plays David Bowie Portuguese songs throughout the whole movie, and I thought that was very Wes Anderson of him. To say nothing of the model of the ship, the Belafonte. The scene where he's arguing with him, and they walk through the entire ship, and you see the whole pan. It's all one shot, and I was like, oh my god, that's so Anderson. Oh my gosh. You could just do one set, but gotta be unique.
I can't remember who they're basing it off of, but I remember like at the end when I read it, I was like, that makes much sense.
For our Criterion friends, we will no doubt draw parallels to Jean-Luc Godard's Tout va bien, which has a similar scene with a factory. For you guys, there's a movie, the Godard movie Tout va bien, which has a factory scene, which is like all these offices, and they're all built the same way that Anderson did it. So I think he probably based it on that. I didn't hear it in the supplements, but I wouldn't be surprised if, some of that trickled in, Yeah. But anyway, so basically the plot is the movie is just him doing that, and his right-hand man gets kidnapped, and so the pirates, and so they go off to these islands, and they all have guns, and they go and shoot them, blow up the place, and they save him, and so at the end he ends up finding the shark, but not without losing Ned to. Oh gosh, I forget. I think Ned gets shot or something. I know.
It's a helicopter.
Yes, they go off in the helicopter. That's right. Okay, they go off in the helicopter, and the helicopter malfunctions, and I think he cuts his leg or something, or he dies of blood loss or something like that, or he gets a puncture or something. So he swims him back, and he carries his body to the beach, and Jane's really sad and all that, and of course Ned's sad too. I mean, Steve's sad, and but in the end, it's interesting because his ex-wife Angelica Houston tells Jane that he shoots blanks, so it's not even his son at all anyway. But the fact that, and I think Steve doesn't even. I don't even remember if Steve finds this out, but the point is he had this joy. He found this joy in Ned, and he's able to live it. And so even with that done, he still finds the shit shark. And I think the people giving him the money tell him he can't kill the shark. Even though he wants to out of revenge. He just has to shoot it. And he can like shoot at it, but he can't kill it or something like that. So they all go down in the submarine.
Exciting too. Anyway, like it's this really amazing moment. Actually, it's one of my favorite parts of the movie. Is just that scene of him pulling up. You see how huge the shark is by comparison to what the submarine they're in.
Yeah.
And then that's it. It's just great.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's that, and of course the last, and then the final basically ends with them showing the film that he made at the thing, and I think he gets awards, and everybody's applauding for him. He's sitting out with this little boy, and he gives him the ring that I think that Ned was wearing. I think Ned's ring, and he passes it on to this boy, and basically ends the line with the iconic words, "This is an adventure," and that's basically the film. And then they just go off together in their next adventure, I guess. I think that's basically it. So anyway, yeah. So that's all I have to say. Honestly, I think like I said in the intro, this is definitely the best Wes Anderson film we've seen. Way better than Rushmore. Definitely a lot better than Royal Tenenbaums. Of course, we've got all of... I was going to say, we've got a couple more. And I was like, no, we've got all of them left, with the exception of the Grand Budapest Hotel, which they have yet to put in, but I'm sure Criterion will get around to it in a couple months.
That's actually a really good one, because it is very Wes Anderson, but it's literally just a comedy. It's not a drama or anything like that at all. It's just a comedy. So.
Well, I mean, so was Rushmore and Royal Tenenbaums were straight comedies too, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just like you say, like it's more slapstickish.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, because that's cool. I mean, there's not a lot of slapstick in Life Aquatic, but there is a lot of out there dialogue that doesn't seem so like quirky and just like it doesn't rely on like awkwardness, like the whole. The massage, the massagist on board, I don't know. But yeah, so I don't, there's one other thing I wanted to discuss with you guys, and that just kind of bugged me. And there's just the little details that were just, this movie is rated R, and I don't feel like it needed to be, because there are two things that, if they had cut these two things out, they could have made it PG-13. One thing that really annoyed me was Anne-Marie going topless, like in almost every scene, the script girl. Yeah, I thought that was just kind of stupid. I mean, there's a couple scenes where she isn't, but there's at least 3 scenes where they just randomly cut to her and she's not wearing a shirt. And it was like, okay, it's rated R now, because for that. But there's also, there's some cursing in it too, but there's a lot of, Jane, like, says effing all the time, or pinging, or thing, and it's like, but then there's also times where they say the F word, and so that just kind of bugged me. It's like, either say it or don't say it, I mean, I think that was just a little too quirky to,
it was supposed to, like, be with her character, she had a reason, because
she's pregnant. She doesn't want to do that in front of her child, even though
she's trying to get out of the habit,
But at the same time, there's the scene where, I think Steve chastises her for drinking in front, for her or something like that,
I don't know.
It's mostly just the stress of being at sea. Like, the whole idea that they're technically, in some ways, sailors.
Yeah.
So the whole cursing thing is kind of like a more common thing with them, and so she's just like, you know what?
Yeah, I guess I can understand that. And they do mention that she's like, I think they mentioned that she's very hormonal, so she cries in a couple of scenes. I guess she gets her feelings hurt by Steve, and all that. So we have that element playing in as well. But yeah, so I think that's basically all I wanted to talk about. Like I said, this is definitely the best Wes Anderson film we've seen so far. I can't remember the next one we have, but if you guys are available for, I think the next one is Bottle Rocket. Have you guys seen that one?
That's his first short.
That's the first movie. The first movie, actually. I think it was a full movie. Well, he did a short version and then he did a movie version, I think.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
But yeah, no, that's one's got. I think the only person we know in that is Owen Wilson. And I think Luke Wilson might be in it as well. I can't remember. But I know Owen Wilson's in it, and because they show screenshots of it, and they both got both Anderson and Wilson have like their hair cut up, just almost like Josh, almost like yours, Josh. The short, like the tall fade kind of thing, on the sides, and all that. So anyway, but yeah, so the Bottle Rocket, I think that's one. I mean, obviously they're all in the Criterion collection. I'm pretty sure Bottle Rocket's next, and I think Darjeeling Limited is after that, and then Fantastic Mr. Fox, and then Moonrise Kingdom, and then Grand Budapest Hotel when they get it. And I think that's all of them. I think I've mentioned all the Wes Anderson films. I think that's all of them.
I hate Moonrise Kingdom, but I think it was great. So I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna hate Moonrise Kingdom. Well, I probably am because I've heard of the plot, and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's wrap this up. Yeah. So Life Aquatic Zizzou rating. I give it a B+. It is definitely the best movie. Like I said, I still have reservations because of Cate Blanchett. You know, it's these little things that bother me. You know, casting and all that. She's just weird. She's got weird eyebrows. She's got weird. I don't know. Just she has no eyebrows at all. I don't even care if she can. I can't look at her because she's like looks creepy. She should do horror films or something. She probably has done horror films. But anyway, yeah. So B+. But still, withstanding, it's a fantastic movie. It was really entertaining, very funny at times. It's not got as much Anderson in it as Rushmore or Royal Tenenbaums. So it's definitely one that I would love to watch again, maybe with you guys. You know, if next time I visit you guys, you know, we'll watch it. You know, because because I'd just love to catch all the dialogue. I feel like there's some humor that. There's definitely a lot more laugh out loud moments in this compared to the others, which, I think compared to those who are fans of Wes Anderson, who if you're a fan of Wes Anderson, you'll laugh out loud at every joke that's told, but there's a lot, I'm not a huge fan of it, so, I can just laugh out loud at the stuff that's, that I feel, that doesn't feel like Anderson, that he included, the scenes we discussed. So anyway, that's all I have to say about it. Life Aquatic Zizzou, B+, cool movie. And now I'm going to discuss the supplements, but because you guys don't have the 2-disc version, as well you should, because you get to see more scenes of Bill Murray dancing and singing. Tease. Seriously, it's good.
The DVD that's supposed to have the 2-disc, it just didn't have the second disc in it for some reason. So
yeah. Next time you guys are at the library or something, rent it, get a hold of this, because just to watch the documentary scenes, because just to see Bill Murray, because he's hilarious and he's laughing all throughout the thing, and so you gotta at least check it out once. And my battery is running low. How about that? Hey, so we gotta go back. Okay, great. Okay, so all right, so we gotta end this, and I'll record the outro once I get on a thing. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. I'll do the outro later, and thank you guys, and we'll see you next for whatever the next movie is. I can't remember, but anyway, thanks guys, and I'll see you later. Yes, all right, look at the big smile. All right, later. Goodbye. There you are. Yeah, there you are. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of awkward, but what are you gonna do? So I hope you liked it. I thought it was kind of fun. Thank you again, Josh and Caitlin, for doing it with me. Hopefully next time it'll all work out, and maybe we'll be in the right place in the right time for the next movie, or I'll fly down, or you can fly up, and we'll do a review, together and all that stuff. So anyway, but for now, let's talk about supplements. So first disc has. The first disc is the one that has all the non-Criterion-ish features on the supplements, such as stars on the set, which is just the stars produced behind the scenes thing. There's the deleted scenes and then the trailer, and that's basically it. The second disc has all the really Criterion supplements. There's a 50-minute documentary called This Is an Adventure, which was co-directed by Albert Maysles from Salesman and Grey Gardens, and Antonia Ferreira and Matthew Prinzing, and it's just basically your typical behind the scenes, just showing Anderson meeting with Bill Murray and talking about the film and all that good stuff. There's an episode of a Italian talk show called Mondo Monda, hosted by Antonio Monda and featuring Wes Anderson and Noah Baumbach, who co-wrote the script with Anderson. And after watching it a few minutes, I realized this is fake, and sure enough, it is fake. Antonio Monda is a presenter in Italy, and I guess they saw some of his real shows, and they decided to make a fake show. And you can tell from the way that they have to rely on translators and all that. It feels very forced and all that, and so it's kind of a joke, And so there's that. There's an interview with Mark Smothersberg, who did the music, and he talks about working with how other movies that he's worked with, because I guess he's worked with him on, I think, Bottle Rocket as well as Rushmore and the Royal Tenenbaums, and how each movie has kind of certain similar themes. Apparently, a lot of the music of The Life Aquatic is just the music from the Royal Tenenbaums reversed. It's like a palindrome. And I thought that was really intriguing to know. Or actually, it might have been Rushmore. I can't remember. There is a video journal from one of the interns who played Wes Anderson's the interns in the movie who played Wes Anderson's real life intern, Matthew Gray Gubler. It's just him just talking. It's just kind of a joke thing, but also kind of real. There's a lot of multiple scenes, behind the scenes footage, interviews, a little section about Ned, a little section about Jane, sections about the making of the ship and how they did the sea creatures and CGI, and then there's a whole set, there's a whole little collection of videos of Sue George playing the David Bowie songs in Portuguese. Complete videos of him playing the songs. And is there anything else? There's sketches, models, things like that. There's a little featurette about I forget his name. About Steve's partner who dies, and that's when it really hit me. Steve Morcassell. I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. So yeah, and then there's a couple Easter eggs. There's Antonio Monda introducing him there. And if you go down to the bottom, near the sea bottom, you can find a clip of Bill Murray playing golf with Albert Maysles. And yeah, so anyway, like I said, fantastic. Well, I don't know if it's fantastic, but definitely the best so far. I don't know. I mean, I doubt that any of the other ones will be better, but who knows? You never know. Anyway, Life Aquatic with Steve Zizzou, B+. There you are. Alright, that's it for today. Tomorrow. Wait. No. That's it. That's friggin' it. We're done. We are done. Well, we're not totally done, but we're done with all the reviews. We did another 100 friggin' reviews. Oh, man. This was probably the most grueling season, of the hundreds. I think a lot of it was because, the move, moving between houses, and, just trying to find time to do them all, and, a lot of setbacks and things like that, and so, yeah, so it was just really difficult to find the time, and obviously finding the time to edit the videos I had to do. And to say nothing of the videos I still have yet to do. Obviously, we've still got the wrap up to do, which will probably be next, and the top 14 worst movies from season 13, which are coming up, and then finally the showdown, which I've already shot a lot of it already. And I still need to shoot an intro and an outro, as well as 2 more movies, which I don't think I'll be able to get the DVDs to hold in my hands. So those are coming up soon. And so that's coming up. And then we are done. We are done for this season. I might do some re-reviews this summer. It probably isn't going to happen. More than likely, you're not going to see me until the summer, unless something might come up at the last minute. I don't know. But right now, I think this is going to be the end. So obviously, I'm gonna say it here. I'm gonna say it again. Thank you guys for watching. For sticking through all the 100 new movies we saw this year, and all the re-reviews. I definitely enjoyed rewatching the movies. I feel like I got a lot more out of them the second time, and we'll definitely go back and we'll do the second batch in season 2. We'll do season 2. There's a lot that I want to rewatch in season 2. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I don't really. I'm not gonna tab out of the app and try to find the file. Why not? This is our last thing. Let's see if I can tell you what we have to look forward to next season. So yeah. So anyway. Next season, couple of the so obviously the next season we've got a lot of the new ones, but rewatching Double Suicide, that's one we'll definitely rewatch. Coup de Tour, Sean, I might. Scarlet Empress, maybe, but like I said in my I already put in the top 14. I don't think it's going anywhere, so I might rewatch that one. With Nail and I'm probably going to rewatch because I think somebody called me out and said I didn't get it. But so that one, I would like to rewatch that again and give that one another shot. Day of Wrath, another one that I kind of want to rewatch and see what I can grab from a second rewatch. Latrue, maybe. Latrue is one that I put down. That's a maybe. Shop on Main Street, definitely yes. Shop on Main Street is one that I just sat there and just could not make heads or tails of the movie. Children of Paradise probably is one that I'll rewatch. Redbeard, maybe. Redbeard's maybe. A Nuit la Liberté, Under the Roofs of Paris, maybe. Probably not, because I do remember them pretty well. Les Dames du Bois de Boulogne, the Robert Bresson. I might rewatch that one again just because I remember not liking it very much. But at the same time, because I love Diary of a Country Priest so much, I want to give that one another chance, because of Bresson. I want to give Bresson another chance, Coup de Grace, definitely. That one I definitely am going to rewatch because, as you remember, I watched it on an old VHS tape and it had, the grainy, couldn't read the subtitles, so I had no clue what was going on. Croix de Orfebres is one I might rewatch. Il Posto Infidelsante, maybe. But yeah, so anyway, we've got a couple to rewatch for next season, and that's all I have to say. So anyway, shoot, I wish I had more to say. So anyway, so that's it for me. Thank you again for watching. Don't put Kate Blanchett in your movies. Just don't do it. If you have to put a hot woman in your movies, put Angelica Houston. Woo! And, yeah, because she's still hot. Yeah, how old she is. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. And we will see you next season for Jane Campion's An Angel at My Table. I think that's number 301. And all the others that follow it. Anyway, that's it for me. And we'll see you, obviously, later for the worst 14 from this season, the wrap-up, and the showdown. But for now, thank you all, and goodbye.